So Susie, tell me your story. You grew up where?
In Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
In the flats, though, not on the
Not
north
hills.
side.
Yeah.
But we had a nice, house. My dad had a business. He was a manufacturer of schmata, like things for the home. Let's see. My parents passed away, both of them. This was just about 10 to 15 between the both of them. And let me start how I did the Heidi thing.
Well,
Heidi.
we'll get to that.
Okay.
So how would you describe your childhood in general?
I had everything I needed. Of course, I didn't think so then, but I was more than.
What kind of girl were you in high school?
I was a bad kid. I went to Beverly Hills High School continuation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what attracted? Are you the black sheep?
Weed. I smoked a lot of weed.
Are you the black sheep of your family?
Yes.
What attracted you to the darker side of things?
I've always been attracted to the darker side of things.
Mm.
It's always been something that I'll seek first. And I don't know why.
And where did that lead you?
Here.
Here in Skid Row.
Yeah.
But before you came to Skid Row, you did some other interesting things. You told me.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, I was just an alcoholic, and I stopped smoking weed around the time I started to do money, trading sex for money. I met Matt and Alex first, and she turned me down. She says, no, she's too Madonna. At the time, I looked a lot like Madonna. Everyone said so. I didn't think so. And she liked it more like a suit, But then Heidi did what she did.
Heidi Fleiss.
Yeah, she took Matt and Alex's phone stuff and ripped off all her clients. So she told me about this guy. Should I leave his name anonymous?
Yes, definitely, please.
Yeah. He peed on me, and I ran out of there.
Okay, you can tell me.
He was into like
Who was it?
His name was. His dad was he's a huge agent.
Okay.
One of the biggest ones.
Got it.
His dad discovered Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
I think, you must know him probably, or anyone in the business would know him. He had girls in and out, Playmates, Penthouse, like really beautiful girls. He liked boobs, So I ran out of there. Then I was drunk one night. I came back from a club. He was leaving me messages like, I'll give you 1,000 reasons why you should come over. He looked a little bit like David Letterman. And he had his coke all over his nose. And he was on the verge of like a stroke because he talked like that, I was always worried about him. And there was some of the girls that were shady, that I would be looking around like, is he okay, one of the girls I brought, this girl, Michelle, she worked for Time Life. She wasn't very attractive, but I told him I'll come only if she could go. So he accepted. And, pay her $1,000 just to do nothing. I had to do all the work. Like sit on his lap and be like, hey, Daddy. And he'd be like, tell me about all the slutty things you've done. I'd be like, okay. And I wasn't really good at making a lie up like that, I could, but the integrity of our exchange, I always wanted, something about my integrity and the dark side is weird because they don't care, right? So Jonathan. Yeah, so it led me to other men too. There was other men that I'd go to. One time I was blowing Jonathan and I had lipstick on when I walked out. We were still, trying to find the keys and stuff, and she ran out and she goes, oh my God, Jonathan has AIDS. He had blood all over his dick. And I was thinking, oh my gosh. I was too perplexed to even say, no, it was me.
Lipstick.
It's like, You know, because I didn't want to say it was me. I mean, it was embarrassing. I was really embarrassed about what that was in the beginning anyway. So her sister Shauna, oh yeah, she was in a horrible car. I remember.
Heidi's sister?
Yeah, Shauna was more my age. She had gotten in a horrible car accident in a Jeep with Heidi. And she, I don't know, she just say she's wild, you know. She's just a wild girl. And then that thing happened with the court and everything. I didn't get, she was super cool for not involving me. Because this involved the end with what happened in court. It didn't involve just prostitutes. It really had nothing to do with prostitutes. It was taxes and stuff like that, I think.
What was your impression of Heidi after you worked with her for how long?
I liked her a lot.
How many years did you work with her?
Oh, I knew her since small, since we used to go drinking at the, like 30 years ago. And it was for like 15 years. We knew each other. Her dad was a pediatrician. Paul, I think is his name. She comes from a really good family like I do.
She treated you well?
Really well. Really well. I know she treated a lot of people like shit. But she couldn't do that to me because I came from a social background that, you know, it wouldn't have been, she liked me. We were both in the same kind of.
Cut from the same cloth?
Yeah, kind of. Mm-hmm. So she was, I don't know, maybe she could have been mean, but she wasn't.
That lifestyle worked for you for 15 years? You were happy doing it?
I wasn't happy ever doing it. Because I feel sorry for the men. It's like, what do you guys get? You know, is it a real, but men are different. You know, they're like, I get what I want. I don't want to have conversation and reality and all that. I just want to have sex and I want it to be. So I finally got that, you know, where I wasn't such a, what was it, a hooker with a golden heart or something?
I think the men are getting what they want.
Yeah, well, you know, I like men a lot. I mean, even if they're like gay, I look at them as huge. You know what I mean? And I still believe men should get what they want.
That's great. It's a great attitude.
Yeah.
There's so many people that hate men, or hate women, or hate whatever.
I don't understand. I love women too, but I mean, I'm just saying.
It's a great attitude.
I think men, like I said, I don't care where they're, are first in line, women and then children. What are we going to do if we're stuck here alone without you guys? Are we going to be able to build, you know? Hardly.
Oh, we all need each other.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put men above women. I would just say that we're all worthy of kindness and love and compassion.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
understanding
that's
and all that
definitely
stuff.
true.
I don't use race or sex or anything like that to separate.
That's right, because the other side of the coin isn't, so yeah, there's always the other side.
We all need each other.
That's very, thank you for that.
You started it.
You started it.
So so that led to where? What did you do after Heidi?
Then I got involved in heroin. It was the 90s.
That was a bad move.
Horrible.
Were you using drugs when you were doing the prostitution thing?
No. You had to be really like perfect.
Heidi's girls were clean?
Yeah. All of them.
Maybe they made money.
Yeah, well, a lot of them did blow. I didn't really.
I think I just did an interview with somebody where I said nobody in the game is making money, but I think Heidi and Heidi's girls probably made money.
Oh yeah.
What would you charge for a session?
I would only charge $1,000 for like 20 minutes, because that's all it took.
And that was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot of girls were making more. Those are the girls that she, you know, zeroed in on.
But $1,000
after I was exited.
$1,000 just like spending like an hour with a dude?
Oh, an hour with a dude? Yeah, I never took that long.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe 15 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah, half an hour, 15 minutes.
But $1,000 for that.
Yeah.
You can make money.
And sometimes you'd be waiting for him to finish with a girl that he couldn't ejaculate. He ejaculated with me twice. The blow didn't allow him to.
Oh yeah, drugs.
And I felt so bad, you know.
But Heidi's girls were the finest of the fine, right?
Yeah, they were all very clean, and you know. But in the end, things started getting weird. Like, you know, the blow, I'm sure, and fights, and the Alex thing, and then getting busted, and then everyone turning their backs on everybody, and backstabbing, and getting actors involved.
Yeah.
That was horrible. I wasn't around. By that time, I had already had a decline, and I pushed that away.
So you left that lifestyle and picked up
I
heroin.
didn't think it was worthy to go to a guy strung out on heroin, being that all you want is money, 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 and you, like, you know, let me get out of here. You know, it wasn't going to work. In my mind, I thought. It was like, you're crazy. You have these crazy ideas. I did.
So heroin, tell me about that.
I moved to Seattle in the 90s with all that, you know. I had a boyfriend. I knew a lot of people in bands and stuff. That was like my scene. I started hanging out with like the rock, like at the Cat House and stuff like that. It was heavy metal at the time when this all started, and then moved to grunge. Seattle, I came home because I'd want to go home, and all of a sudden, weird stuff started happening to me with the drugs and the coke, and I started doing more crack, and the paranoia, and this is going on, and that's going on. I never went back to Seattle. So I just, gradually, my parents had to let go and put me in rehab and all that stuff. I refused to go. But I got a case, which is when you get busted by, and thank gosh, Proposition 36 had just come through. Otherwise, I would have been doing 3 years in prison for that one time. It was really strict before, you know. So, yeah, I got out of that. I started going in and out of rehabs. First, it was Promises and places like that in Malibu, and then it just got to county places, and then ended up being homeless, you know, because I lived with this guy for a long time. He was bad news for my parents, you know, and so I stayed away from home, and I became homeless.
How long have you been homeless?
Chronically for like 10 years.
And are you still?
Yeah, I live at the Wine Guard.
Yeah, so you technically have a roof over your head.
Most of probably people that come here, well, probably not.
No, but I've interviewed plenty of people that stay at the Wine Guard.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big housing unit for people fresh out of prison or in your situation.
Yeah. So now I'm kind of building myself up. I don't do heroin. I'm on methadone.
Oh, fentanyl didn't come into the picture for you?
Methadone came in the picture about...
No, fentanyl.
Oh, fentanyl. I did fentanyl 3 days ago. And I was like, you know, this isn't very enjoyable. I was looking down like this. I couldn't even open my eyes. I was like, I thought, oh no, I'm going to go back on track here.
No, I would stay away from that.
Yeah. So everything's been fine since.
And the methadone is helping you?
It really helps. It's probably the best thing that helps.
It kills the craving?
Kills the craving completely, even for fentanyl. I just didn't want to do it.
But now you're addicted to the
Yeah, I am
methadone.
addicted to that, but at least it's not like, oh no, at 3 a.m, I'm sick and I gotta run out and, you know, do something crazy to get some money. And
Yeah. There's worse things to be addicted to.
yeah, I'm not a thief type, so it's like, I'm not good at like...
Can you get a job now on methadone?
I probably could, yeah, but I don't know who would want to hire me since I haven't been employed for a big stretch of time.
No, you can get a job.
Well, I mean, you know, if it comes, it comes. That would be great.
How are you surviving now?
On SSI, I'm on Social Security. It's not very much. I'm really poor.
Yeah. Do you have kids?
I have a daughter named Delilah. She's really wonderful. She's so cute.
How old is she now?
She's 16, 17 now.
Did you raise her?
I had her for 2 years, and then I had to let her go in the system because I was on drugs, methadone, and I was still doing like coke and stuff like that.
You talked to her?
I talked to her through a door because I don't want to scare her, me looking like this. She's not used to.
You look fine.
You know, it's scary to see your mom go from, because I was living with my brother in Vegas and her. And I went from, you know, like a total mom, 24 hours a day. Then when I lost her, I got so upset. It wasn't that I started doing extra drugs. It was just that I was homeless. I didn't care anymore. I got the fuck it's.
Yeah, but you look great.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you.
I wouldn't picture you as, like when I first met you, I was like, I don't think you're a good fit for what I do, but maybe you're interesting, and sure enough you are, but I would not have picked you to be homeless on Skid Row.
Right, yeah.
The lifestyle you were leading with Heidi, that's fascinating to me. What was your impression of that? Because you did it on a very high level.
She got really dark.
What did you learn about men from doing that?
That they can be victims too. I mean, they're treated like by these girls not very well.
I mean, it was interesting what you said earlier, that you felt sorry for the men.
Yeah.
Even though most women would be like, or most people would
not
be like,
on this end.
Well, not on this end, no.
Yeah.
Here the women are taking advantage of, like, on an hourly basis.
I mean, but things were happening, like, you know, one of my friends, like, we went to the same school. She was a little older. So at Beverly Hills, it was like your class. I don't know why, you hung out only with people your age. So she was a little older, so she was friends with my friend Pam and Tracy. And these girls ended up in Paris, locked in a hotel. They got locked away in a hotel and their passports taken. They had to climb out the window with no clothes on. I mean, it was crazy. So things did happen, dude. I wouldn't have done that. You know, a lot of the Arabs would come. They were very nice to me. You know, Heidi, though, was, the coke, I think, is what was really doing it. Setting the scene for a very destructive back and forth.
I assume it was coke, but the drugs are what unraveled that whole thing with Heidi?
I really believe that.
Yeah. Drugs,
I gotta go.
Drugs have a way of unraveling a person's life. It's just interesting.
Well, it's the thing about coke, though.
No, but it's like the uppers, especially like crystal meth or crack. What does it do? It gives you energy. It makes you a little bit sharper. Seems to make you a little bit better version of yourself.
Right.
But somehow it
does the opposite.
Everybody, nobody escapes.
Nobody's exempt.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But, you know, who knows what they were putting. And there's other things we don't know about, who's putting what in the coke.
Well, now you have to worry about fentanyl and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But back then, it was probably much better cocaine.
Oh, yeah. I remember when she had that house and she had helicopters flying over it, and she was horrible. She's unraveled. I mean, she's not the same girl I knew. My friend Bob Forrest did a show on TV about rehab or something.
I would love to interview Heidi.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
she would be
fascinating.
you would really love that. Should I try to do something?
Yeah, somebody should. Yeah. I've actually tried before, but she has not returned my...
See, but she's kind of like a prima donna now, because she's so, like, she has her own home.
You can't blame her. She doesn't want
And
it.
her babies are her birds.
Right.
Can't leave her bird.
Yeah. But I can come to Vegas. I can come to Pahrump.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But you have to honor the fact that somebody might want their privacy now. They don't want to be in the limelight. They don't want to be...
Would you put it in a paper or something?
No, I have a YouTube channel, and it would be on YouTube. So
Oh, you have an interview channel. That's great.
yeah, that's what I do.
For Interview Magazine?
No, I just have a YouTube channel.
That's amazing. And but you don't put people like us in there, do you?
Yeah, all the time.
Wow.
That's what
Do you
you're
let
gonna-
us know if we're going to be on?
Yeah, you're going to be on.
Really?
Yeah.
What do we get for being on?
I'm going to pay you right now when we're done.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, no, a lot of people like hearing these stories of all kinds of different people from all different walks of life. I find it.
God, I'm going to start writing down my stories and so I can
You
come
probably-
back and see
You
if
probably
I...
have a book in you,
Yeah,
like
really.
a lot of people I've interviewed do.
Yeah, I shouldn't use names though, should I?
No, you should not use names. I always take them out.
Oh, good.
Like the name that you mentioned earlier, I'll take it out.
Thank you so much. You're so honorable.
And I'm just a dude trying to do the right thing.
Great. You're great.
Susie, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
You're fascinating.
If I write down some other things, could I come back and do
Sure,
it
if
again?
if you have more you want to share.
Okay, I'll start writing down because I have so many stories. It's just that right now I'm only doing like, this is what happened then. This is what happened then.
Yeah, you're in a certain mode, so maybe with a little bit of time you can unearth some of the other ones.
Yeah.
No, I'd be open to having you back.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. All right, darling. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, Susie.